What's up everyone, and welcome to another Bedrock tutorial video. In this episode, we're going to be looking at Elytra launchers. That is, just some quality of life builds that will help you be able to fly. You know, sometimes it's hard to activate your wings and launch a rocket when you're flat foot on the ground, especially if the world is kind of laggy or something like that, so we're just going to look at a few ways to make it easier for you to fly. The first things we're going to look at is these simple slime launchers. So standing on the slime and pressing the button or activating the input will kind of shove you up into the air, which will give you time to activate your wings and launch a rocket. These are super simple, really easy to build, and of course it's not limited to buttons. You can use a pressure plate or a tripwire instead. And of course these aren't limited just to using your wings. You could always use this as an interior door or just for some fun. Now there are also ways to launch yourself really high using like TNT or like boat glitches with entity cramming, but I won't be looking at that in this video. The reason for that being is that TNT is really expensive and kind of dangerous, and glitches occasionally change. You know, Mojang occasionally patches the glitches, so for this episode I would like to just show reliable ways to assist you with activating your wings just to make it a little easier. Now of course you could always just build a ramp. This is what I used to do back in the day. You know, it's really easy just to build a little staircase ramp so that you can just jump off of it and give you enough time to activate your wings and fly away. Now if you want to get up really high, I would recommend just using a bubble elevator. They make it really easy to reach high places, and they're pretty fast as well, so you could always build one like up to build limit, and then you might not even need rockets. You know, if you're jumping off of a platform way up at build limit, you would be able to glide really far away. And just in case you don't know how to build a bubble elevator, we'll go over that right after we go over the slime block launchers. And as I mentioned before, these are mainly just for quality of life. You know, none of these are going to glitch you really high up into the air. You know, if you would like to see something like that, just let me know and I will try to figure something out just for you. But these slime launchers can actually be kind of fun even if you don't use your wings with them. You know, just building like a little trampoline room or something like that using the same kind of method is a whole lot of fun just to bounce around on. Personally, I've built doors using these slime launchers as well as full trampoline rooms. You know, building little bouncy castles is a whole lot of fun. Just don't forget your feather falling boots when you're flying around. But now let's jump into the build tutorial, starting with the slime launchers. So they're all really similar, they're just slightly different inputs. So we'll start off with the button one. So simply dig a hole 2 blocks down and place in a sticky piston holding a slime block. Now we need to surround the slime blocks in blocks that the slime won't stick to. So either obsidian or glazed terracotta, whichever you prefer. Glazed terracotta might be a little cheaper, or maybe you think it's more expensive because you don't know where the mesa is. Either way, surround that slime with obsidian or glazed terracotta, and then we can place our button in several places. If we just want our button to be on the ground, dig out under here and place redstone dust next to the sticky piston with a button on the block above that redstone dust. This way, when you press the button, it will launch you up into the air. If you don't want to look down to press the button though, place a block next to the sticky piston with redstone dust on top, and then a block, either obsidian or glazed terracotta, above that with a button on top. Now you will look a little higher up when you're pressing the button, which might make it a little easier to fly. The nice thing about a button is that it prevents mobs and animals from accidentally activating the machine. It also makes it feel a little more mechanical since you activate the machine using the button. But if you want it to be more automated, such as a pressure plate, start off by placing a pressure plate and digging a hole, place the sticky piston in the middle, and then place your obsidian or glazed terracotta around where the slime block is going to be. Place the slime block on top of the piston, and now we just need to run the redstone from the pressure plate to the piston. So dig out under here. If there's a cave or something, just make sure that there's some blocks for you to place stuff on, and we're just going to run the redstone from the pressure plate to the piston. However, if you do it like this, then you won't actually make it in time. So we do need a repeater down here on maximum delay. So we're going to break out this redstone dust and place a repeater going into the sticky piston like so. Make sure it's on maximum delay to give you enough time to actually make it to the slime block. So now when you walk over the pressure plate, you should have enough time to make it on top of the slime before it activates. But if you're still unable to make it to the slime block before it activates, you could always run the redstone off to the side to give you enough space to add some more repeaters. Or you can just use a tripwire hook. This guarantees that you don't need any sort of delay, that it will just activate when you're in the correct place. Start off by placing 2 blocks and then 2 more blocks 3 blocks away from that. Your sticky piston's going to be in the middle of these blocks, but then place your tripwire hooks on the topmost block with string in the middle. Now break out the bottom blocks and start digging a hole for you to place your sticky piston in your slime with the obsidian or glazed terracotta. And of course, if there's a cave or something under here, just place some more blocks to give you some room to work with. But then place your sticky piston right in the middle, holding your slime block, and then surround the slime block with obsidian or glazed terracotta. And now we just need to run the redstone. So dig out underneath one of the tripwire hooks, and then we're going to place an observer facing up toward that tripwire hook, one block down from it, like so. Then we're going to place redstone dust on top of that observer, and underneath that observer going toward the sticky piston. So we're going to need to place a block right here, and then redstone dust in these two places like so. And that's it. Now, when you activate the tripwire hook by moving onto it, it will activate the sticky piston. Now, if you don't like the redstone dust being visible, that's really easy to fix. Simply break out the redstone dust and switch it with a redstone lamp. Now, same way, whenever you walk onto the tripwire hook, it will launch you up into the air. The way this works is that the tripwire hook is activating the lamp, and the observer can tell when a lamp turns on and off. So it will just automatically activate anytime that the tripwire hook is active. And that's it for the slime launchers. Again, these can be really fun to just make like doors or launchers to get up to platforms, or really just to play around with. But now let's talk about bubble columns. Just in case you don't know how to build a bubble column, they are super duper simple. Simply start off by placing some solid blocks of your choice. You can use glass, or you can use, stone, or anything you want to. And then we're just going to build up as high as we want to go. So if you want this to go all the way up to build limit, you could totally do that. Just for tutorial's sake, we're going to make it kind of short. And once you get your tube done, break out 2 of the blocks to use as an entrance and place buttons on the top and bottom. This will prevent the water from flowing out. And then we need to replace the bottom block with any block that kelp can grow on. So just like dirt is fine, kelp can grow on dirt. And we need to place a water bucket at the very top of our tube like so. So now our tube is full of running water. The reason you place kelp is that it will turn the running water into water source blocks. Using the kelp just saves a little bit of time so that you don't have to place water buckets all the way up the tube. But once your tube is full of water source blocks, just place soul soil at the very bottom and you're done. Now the soul soil will create a bubble column through the solid water, which will push you all the way up to the top. I'm a big fan of water elevators, and not just to reach Elytra platforms. I like them for my bases or my mines as well. Anytime that I need to go up or down really fast, I typically use a bubble elevator. But also, let me know in the comments if you have any questions or if you would like to see Elytra launchers or launchers in general that use TNT or glitches, and I will do my best to help you out. But that's all we got for this video. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I really hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, don't forget to like, favorite, share, and subscribe. And again, if you have any questions or requests, simply talk to me in the comments and I will do my best to help you out. I really enjoy trying to help people through these videos, but I can't keep doing it without your support. So a big shout out to all of my subscribers who came back to watch yet another video. But even if you're not subscribed, thank you so much. It is because of all of you that I can continue making these videos, so I really appreciate it. But that's all we got for this episode, so until next time, I've been your host, OmLedu, hopefully teaching you a redstone trick or two, and reminding you, as always, don't forget to have fun. Bye-bye!